All right, we're going to make some 1-to-1 sugar syrup for fall feeding. This increases production, gets them building comb, gets them start to build up and get ready. So you don't have to do this, but this is just a good way to get yourself a head start. You're going to want to use regular granulated sugar. I like to just use Rogers here in Canada. Just that regular white white granulated sugar. The recipe here, I do it based on a 2-liter jug and in cups. So you can see different recipes in kilograms and gallons. And anyways, I have liters and cups here. So for every 2 liters of water, and you're going to want to use some warm water so that it blends better. It'll separate if you use cold water. So for every 2 liters of warm water here, I'm going to be doing 10 cups of sugar. So let's get started mixing this up. Doesn't have to be exact. So as you can see, when I've added 9 cups of sugar to this 2-liter jug, it fills it up. So it's actually just a little bit above the 2-liter line. So like I said, it doesn't need to be exact, but as you put 2 liters of water in here, it will dilute and mix together. There's a lot of air in between the crystals here. So we'll just add the water and mix it up. So I like to just pour the 4.5 cups, half of a batch of the sugar into the top feeders here, and then I'll just pour in 1 liter of water each. So they'll each have 1 liter and 4.5 cups of sugar, and I'll just mix it in the feeder here with the wooden spoon and get it all ready to go. So another way you could do this, because if you fill this to the top and then you try to add all the sugar, it'll just overflow. So even though that's the recipe, it might not be able to mix it in that container. It'll be too small. So like I said, I was mixing it in my feeders themselves. Another easy way is just to put 4.5 cups of sugar into the jug here, and then just put 1 liter of water in there as well, and mix it up in the jug, and then pour it into your feeder. These hive top feeders here that I like to use, you can get little round ones that are similar, but I like to have good capacity, especially if I need to go to town and want to make sure they have a lot of feed on. But how they work is the syrup sits in here and the bees will come up. You put this on top of an inner cover, so there are holes in the center, so the bees will come up here and they'll walk down. There's kind of a ribbed edge here so they can walk up it and they won't slip. And then the lid has these little notches to allow the syrup to flow into this area here. So they'll come down here and have a drink, and then they'll walk back up and go back inside. So this is also ventilated, and then you put your lid on top here. You don't have to worry about robbing and stuff like that. So I like to mix these indoors. I used to do it outdoor, and I just created a frenzy with yellow jackets and I used to use frame feeders, but they're vertical standing and they tipped over on me a couple times when I was filling them. And so I'm just going to do these and put them inside of a medium box on top. And this way I can mix it in the house, put the lid on and carry them outside, no spilling. And they're only going to have 1 liter of fluid in it. So this is what it looks like when it's got 1 liter in there. And then when you want to top it up later, you just mix up, that's 4.5 cups of sugar to 1 liter of water, and I'll just go outside and lift the lid and top it up. You can check to see if the bees are coming up here to utilize it. So yeah, I definitely like these ones. They're a little cheaper online. You can get them for about 20 bucks. You'll pay probably 35 for them in like a farm store. So shop around for sure.